Hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Erin Lim Rhodes here. Today we are talking about engagement rings. I've gotten a lot of requests on how your partner can get the ring of your dreams. A lot of you are probably thinking this is so unnecessary, this is superficial, and it takes away the element of surprise and all of the magic. That's not true. If someone is going to be spending a good amount of change on you, don't you want them to get something that you really love and something you can be proud of and something that they can be proud of and not leave it all up to chance? Yes, let's do that, because I never want to take this off, because this is really what I wanted, and I was also really surprised that we got engaged. So it was a win-win for everyone, and I want you guys to have a win-win. If you're the person proposing and you know that you guys are gonna get married and you've already had these conversations, just say, hey, I know we're planning out our future. There are some things I need to know. The ring, what do you want? Do you know what you want? And they might say, I haven't even thought about it, but now that you brought it up, yeah, let me start thinking about it. And if you are the person who wants to initiate the conversation and you are not proposing, just start scheduling appointments and going to places with your girlfriends, and your partner will get the hint. All right, so you have the conversation, you're on the same page. Like, let's not be cryptic about these things. It's not taboo. It's okay to be very transparent and clear with your desires. Time to figure out how much you're comfortable spending. There are so many thoughts on this. Some people say spend this much of 2 months salary or 4 months salary or 4 to 8% of your annual income, but really it just comes down to you and what you're comfortable with. Like, there's no actual rule on how much you should spend, but there are ways to figure out what is the ring that she or he wants and how can I work towards that. If you're the person who is getting proposed to, know these things: shape, band, ring size. These are the things that you really want to know, and you really want to spell it all out. For me, I was all over the place with shape. I went into the thing thinking I wanted a radiant, and then I was stuck on round, and then I was locked in on oval, and I'm so glad I wrote all of these things down so there was no confusion, because I changed my mind so many times. So this is what I suggest. If you are the person who's going to get engaged to, go make appointments at different places and go with your girlfriends. Go with friends who might be getting engaged also. Go with friends who are really into this stuff, because it really makes for a fun play date. So I went to probably 3 different spots. We have a jewelry district in Los Angeles. I went to different jewelers, some people that were recommended. I went to the big ones that have like a whole education on what you need to know about rings. I knew nothing about rings, and there's a lot to it, and you can get really overwhelmed. So when I went, I tried on different sizes, different shapes. I learned about things like hidden halos and paves and the 4 C's. 4 C's are cut, color, clarity, carat. Basically, what you really want to know is size and sparkle. That's really all that matters to us. The 4 C's help you measure the value of the diamond, but at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter, but they could help the person buying the ring. So for color, there are these letters, right? It's so weird. D through F is icy, G through H is warm. So when it comes to warmth, just figure out where's the warmest you want to go, or where's the iciest you want to go, and write it down. Say, this letter is the warmest I'll go, or this letter is the iciest I'd go. When it comes to clarity, oh my gosh, that's a whole nother thing. Like, you have to look at the diamonds with a microscope and a magnifying glass, but basically you could just say, this is the type of clarity that I want or that I'm comfortable with. Clarity doesn't matter as much though, because unless people are looking at it through some professional lens, who cares? So while you're at all of these appointments, take notes. I took notes. I have a whole thing called Erin's ring on my phone. I wrote down my finger size, a carat size that I like. If you don't have a preference on your size, don't write that down. But if you want to be really helpful to the person purchasing the ring, write your preferred carat size. I put in asterisks, no halo. I personally did not want a halo, but I really did love a hidden halo, and that is when it sits below the ring, and it's like, you see that? It sits below the ring, but when you look at it from the top, you can't see it. It's really just a little snack on the side. I was very specific on my band. I wanted white gold prongs because I feel like that just accentuates the diamond, but I am a gold wearing girl, so I wanted a gold band. I actually thought that I was gonna do a gold solitaire band, like something simple where it's like just band like that. Joshua actually did surprise me, and he did the whole pave diamonds on the side, and I think it's beautiful. But ultimately, he got the oval that I want, he got the prongs, he got the hidden halo. And let me tell you, I was surprised he nailed all of that. Like, that's an accomplishment for him and a great thing for me. Then I put together pictures. I had like a little picture mood board of things that I liked. I put it in a little pick stitch. I attached it to the note in my phone. It was all spelled out. Like, you couldn't go wrong if you saw this note. So then I send those pictures and that note to all of my best girlfriends, anyone I think he would ever ask for help. I said, this is, if Joshua ever asks you one day, I don't know when that'll be, who knows, but if he does, this is what I want. Because that's what guys do. They go to the girlfriends and they say, what do you think she wants? I'm gonna propose. And then if you're like, shoot, I don't know what she wants actually. She didn't tell me the size. She didn't tell me the shape. I have no idea her ring size. Then you're really gonna be useless. And that's gonna suck for the guy, because then they're gonna, you know, spend this money on something that they're really unsure of, and you don't want to run into that problem. Send it to your girlfriends, send it to your sister, send it to whoever. And after that, when you had all of your appointments, you go up to your man and you say, babe, I had the best day ever. I went and looked at rings with my girls and it was so fun. And he's gonna say, oh, so like, what did you land on? What do you like? Well, I really like oval, and the gold bands were gorgeous, and oh my gosh, there's this thing called a hidden halo. And he's gonna not remember anything. You're like, oh, don't worry, I went with Lo and Tanya and whatever. They have all of that info. And he'll be like, great. And then he goes and asks them, hey, I'm about to propose. Do you have that note? Do you remember what she wanted? Do you know where you guys went? And it's so helpful to them. Don't tell some friends you want this ring and some friends you want that ring, and then the one friend the for sure ring, like what I did. Like I said, I was kind of scatterbrained. I didn't really know at first. I went into it thinking radiant and then round and then landed on oval, but then I forgot which friends I told I wanted radiant and some that I wanted round, and then I had only told like 2 people, okay, it's gonna be oval. And luckily Joshua went to my girls who like saw the final thing that I wanted. You gotta tell your partner what you want, but also like if you told other people in the beginning that you wanted a different ring, make sure you tell them, by the way, I landed on oval, that's what I want, and I told Joshua I want oval, because some people were texting him saying, oh, did you get radiant or did you get round? And then he had already bought the ring and he was like, wait, what are you talking about? But luckily he's like, no, this is what she wants. She told me what she wants, therefore I'm gonna go with that. Just be very clear with your partner. This is what I landed on, this is what I want. And they're literally gonna go with that. Joshua's advice is, don't tell everyone what ring you want, just tell one person. My problem was I have too many friends and I went to 3 different appointments and I lost track. Just don't have friends is Joshua's suggestion. And tell your sister only, I don't know. But most importantly, just tell the person who's buying the dang ring, okay? And then at the end of the day, you get engaged and everyone's happy and everyone's crying, and it really didn't take the Disney-esque fantasy magic away from it. It was really awesome, and I really highly suggest you do that, because there's nothing worse than getting engaged to and you're like, I hate it. There are things worse than that, but you don't want to have to throw this piece of hardware like off to the side in the jewelry box and never wear it. And then you have to, you know, go and pick out your wedding band and figure it out. Like, will it match that ring that I don't really like? Just like have a conversation, be transparent, be decisive on what you want. You will thank yourself, your fiance will thank you, your friends will thank you, because they don't have the pressure of like, did I give him the right advice? Joshua's other advice is, if your person wants a ring that is kind of out of budget, his advice is save up till you get it. But another 2 cents of mine is, if you really want to get married tomorrow but it is out of the budget, get like a really cute eternity band and just get like the diamonds of your choice or the rock of your choice around the band, and then get that engagement ring later, and you guys can like save and, I don't know, both contribute to it if you want, if you see that is an option. But Joshua's rule is save up till you get it. Buy 5 less Kanye Yeezy sneakers a year. Joshua also says, if you can't afford to get the ring, have that conversation. Just be very clear, and you guys can decide decide from there if you will still go through with that ring, or maybe you'll change your mind and get something a little more feasible. That's it. That's all I have for you. Don't make it too hard on yourselves. Just be decisive, okay? And make that note and send it to a couple girlfriends. Bye, guys. Make sure you subscribe, comment, like, turn on my notifications. If you want to know anything about me, just comment below and like follow me on all of the social handles, okay?